Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Sans. If you're ready, you kindly smash the like button. If you're new, kindly subscribe to the channel and support your boy as I push my way to 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
And
get
today we
1 minute.
have with us the one and only Trey, even
Yeah,
though he
also,
doesn't need introduction.
Arsenal's
How you
funeral
doing,
is coming
bro?
on Sunday. We'll be there. Tune in, guys. 4:30, yeah? 4:30
Bro,
p.m. Tune in.
you
Arsenal
never
funeral,
learn. You never learn,
then
do you?
the Arsenal title race. I'm ready.
I
100%.
mean, he just got
I'll,
slapped by he just got slapped by Crystal Palace
bro,
4-0 and
the truth is that that game, I didn't even watch second half. After that first half, I just ran. I just went to that Buju concert. I was going to take away my sorrows. I was going to drink
oh
small, get
yeah,
smart.
Buju had a concert the same day.
Yeah, I was going to get
I
smart
fair
going
enough
for
you.
everything. I just ran.
You had
And
an escape route. I
yeah,
mean,
I needed that goal. I needed that goal. It was too bad.
yeah,
No,
I haven't watched a United game in a very long time. I just decided
it's
to watch that game just because we'll be playing you guys next, and what I saw from that game was terrible.
it was
Nah,
bad. Being a United fan now is not easy. You guys that are supporting City, Arsenal, people don't know what God is doing for you. People are enjoying good football
but
every
nah, you can say that to City fans, but Arsenal fans on the other hand, I know we're playing real good,
but right now.
in
Like last
recent
year,
years,
football has
but
been top, top, top.
yeah, but we suffered for years, and right now it's not even like we've won anything of note,
Yeah.
yet.
Just
But I
not
mean, we're
coming.
still there competing, and this Pep man would just not let us be this guy.
Now I'm telling you to
In
pray. If we finish this season with more trophies than you, just that Twitter, just log out, log off. See you next season. Because
man,
throughout the season, you will not hear
I,
word.
I wouldn't bother, to be honest. I wouldn't be bothered if you guys go on to win the FA Cup, and even if we miss out on the Premier League, I know on the long run we have a better
But
project than whatever you guys have going on.
I'll push that narrative that we've had a better season simply due to the fact that
The same thing you guys did last season, and this season we've all known who has had a better season so
football
far.
is a
Who has
trophies
been
business. So if let's say we finish 10th and win the FA Cup, and let's say you finish second, I end up with nothing. When you compare it in terms of okay, no, I don't really have any argument here, but when you come to it, I'll
if you're
try to
finishing 10th with an FA Cup, and I think the best you could get is an Europa League. I don't think a
yeah,
player will see a Champions League team and an Europa League team, and they'll say, "Okay, I'm coming
yeah,
to this
I get
place to
that point.
play in the Europa League."
It's just about
You
being
know, that's
shamed
a factor.
at the end of the day now. Only if we
Mhm.
know deep down, no matter what we do now, you guys are obviously better than us and have had a better season. But just about being shameless, that okay, we've won something, you guys won nothing. That kind of vibe, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, trophy is always important to be. Let me
Mm,
ask you this: how did you become a Man United fan?
the first memory I have of Man United was I think there was one game against Blackburn that we were losing. I think we lost that game 3-2. Was in December. I
Okay.
think that was around 2010, where if I'm not mistaken. But the first actual United season I like fully witnessed, I think it was 10-11. The one with the Chelsea United title race, the one that Chicharito scored against Chelsea. That was like the
Yeah, yeah,
first
yeah, yeah.
memory I had of like fully watching football and being a proper football fan. And I also remember that Wembley final, that one that Rooney scored the goal. They ended up losing 3-1 against Barcelona. I remember that game was very, very sad. I think I cried a little that game. But that was the first, like my first memories of being like a United fan. But obviously, if I come now and tell you that part of why I joined United wasn't due to the the trend at the time, because okay, at the time we're winning a lot. Nigeria, Rooney, hype, everything
Hmm.
was just perfect to be a United fan at the time, especially where I'm from in Nigeria and everything. Rooney was everywhere. Alex Ferguson owning the Premier League, so it was very easy to just go ahead and support United. But then from since I joined, pretty much, especially since Alex Ferguson left, it's just been suffering and suffering and suffering. So at
Yeah,
this
you
point,
guys,
you
you
can't
guys
question,
really ruined.
can't
y-
question our
y-
loyalty at this point.
You
Mm.
guys ruined our childhood with Sir Alex Ferguson, and everything you're going through right now, you fully deserve
Now,
it.
now is ruined now. Same.
Yeah, I mean, but after that result against Crystal Palace 4-0, how confident are you going into this Arsenal game?
I don't know. The only thing that's really giving me hope is the fact that okay, it's Old Trafford, it's Arsenal, and we usually have a very, very good record against them, especially at Old Trafford. Because I haven't saw a start like couple hours ago. I think I tweeted about it. that Arsenal have just like one win in their last 16 attempts in the Premier League at Old Trafford.
And even the one win
So,
was during COVID. No fans was
yeah,
in the
I think it
stadium.
was that Aubameyang penalty, the one you guys were dancing. I think it's that one. Yes.
Yeah, 1-0. Yeah, 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 I remember.
That game, that party buzzed the midfield. I remember that game very, very well. Yeah. So the fact that okay, that record plus is Old Trafford, but if we're being honest with the
Hmm.
team, with the injuries, with the form, Ten Hag, Arteta, title race, us almost being tenth, everything points to an Arsenal win. The only thing is that like with football, you cannot really go based off form and based off who's playing well right
Yeah,
now.
especially when it's big games like this.
Yeah, especially when it's a big game. Plus, we're kind of like a bogey team for Arsenal, especially at Old Trafford. It's always tight,
Yeah, 100%.
never straightforward. So, but the truth is that we're going to probably have a centre back partnership of Casemiro and maybe Evans, or maybe Maguire with Casemiro. I don't even know. Maguire and Evans is maybe the best we can get for that game. I don't know. We have a lot of injuries. I don't know if Bruno will be fit. I don't know if Rashford will be fit. I don't know if I have to play maybe Anthony, Hoyland, and Ganacho again.
Yeah, I think
But
Lisandro Martinez is back in training as well. I don't know
I
if
don't, I don't think he'll be ready for the Arsenal game, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if
But
they
it's
will be
not
willing
for
to rush him
right
back for the
now.
game.
More like 1% chance, 99% hope, and just maybe delusion mixed in with it a bit. Because if I'm being honest, and if I go deep, deep down into my heart and say, okay, Trey, swear with your life now that okay, United will beat us now. I cannot do it right now. If it was like last season or season before, I can say, but we just lost 4-0 to Crystal Palace. Wow, we
I
just
mean,
drew.
that was terrible.
We're struggling against the worst teams in the league. So who are we to say that okay, we're going to beat the team top of the league and going for the title? So it'd be kind of unrealistic to say we're going to win, but at the end of the day, I always back my club. Maybe you call me deluded or I'm stupid
I
or
mean, 100%. That's what everyone should do.
but then
You
I
know,
always back my team and I'm
no,
always positive. I always feel like okay, there's a chance, especially because it's Old Trafford and we may want to ruin the parade. Plus, there's a good chance I might be there live, so I don't know if I want to be there and see us lose like 5-6 nil. I don't know.
yeah, please go. Make sure you go. I mean,
Tell me I'm
considering
praying
your
for
record at Old Trafford,
hopefully the players turn up, maybe like the way they turn up against Liverpool and just give us a proper performance because season is over. We can't go out to the whimper now, maybe lose 5 to Arsenal, lose to Brentford.
yeah, and you still have chance to play for an Europa
Yeah, we
League
still have the
spot.
FA Cup.
So
We still have the FA Cup too. So if we just go into the FA Cup game with terrible form, we'll probably get trashed by City. We're going to lose to City that way, maybe, but at least let's get
nah.
some results leading up. So down to me, I'll say 3-1 United. Let's get
But
to this.
what do you think the problem is at Man United right now? Is it the players? Is it the manager? Is it the culture? What's
There are a
the
lot of
problem?
things. I think people won't focus too much on like let's say the structure. Obviously, the structure is a major problem, especially with the ownership and going down to everything else, going down to onto the pitch, because that translates to the pitch. Obviously, the structure moves down to the manager, moves down to the player, moves
Yeah,
down
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
performances and results. But still, I feel we let these players get off with a lot of rubbish all the time. Because if I'm being honest, most of those players, let's say like 85 or 90% of them don't deserve to be Man United players. I don't know. I can
Yeah.
count like maybe 5 players that probably deserve to be there. But apart from those 5, like the rest are just mercenaries. They're just there for like I don't even know what happened. Like Casemiro looks finished. Varane
Bro,
injury issues, Martinez injury issues, Mount injury issues. Rashford
I
looks like a
was
shell of
I
himself. I
was
don't
I, wa- I was watching the Crystal Palace game and I saw Casemiro. This guy is done.
know. Like I said,
It was looking like someone that had already won everything in his career, which is already done
yeah,
actually. And bro, he wasn't just interested. It's Crystal Palace second goal. It was
mm,
literally jogging back. The
that is like
center
someone that
back.
in his
He was
pension.
caught out of position, and instead of him to try and get back into position ahead, it was just jogging back and but watching to the ball ended up at the back of the net. It's just crazy.
People are being honest. This is the perfect time for that guy to go to Saudi. Let me just go and make his money for 2 years, then go on holiday, go and retire and enjoy life with your family.
I don't
Casemiro
know. I'm not sure even the Saudi clubs will bring
no come
a
from he's
lot
a
of
big
money
name.
for him
Saudi
right now.
players, they always want the big names that have like caliber. Casemiro is one of the biggest names in Europe, so he's
Yeah,
probably
but
like
Casemiro's PR is not so good right now. His recent performance
yeah, true,
being
true.
played
But
out of position.
I don't think Saudi necessarily care about performance. They care about names that can bring them numbers, bring them views, bring them shared sales and all that. So
Exactly
that's
where this. You mentioned structure the other time, and I think that's where structure comes in. Making that signing last year, 2 years ago rather, about
mm,
Casemiro was 29. Varane was signed at the age of what, 28 or 29. I think if these players were so good, you hardly see Real Madrid letting players, go at their peak, except when
Mm,
their career is already going downward spiral. So, uh, but if you sign these players, the fans will obviously be happy about it. Four times Champions League winners, and it's worked. And they
experience.
do this every single time. And I think
Yeah.
that's where structure comes in and translates to the pitch. And the new owners are in now, and are you optimistic? Do you trust them? Do you
Yeah.
believe in them to turn things around?
That's why me personally, like I kind of envy what Arsenal have going on. 'Cause when they won't sign the older heads, they kind of sign them with less money. They focus more on like youth, then they bring in players like maybe Jorginho to help like mold some of those younger heads
Experience, yeah.
to like come into the team. So like once you have players like that that are not coming in for big fees, but like 10 million pounds sign Jorginho, and he's putting a shift for Arsenal. It's been solid. I've seen him play and it's been very, very solid. But Arsenal are focusing more on like youth players that are going to be there for like 10, 12 years and leading the team to trophies and trophies. But United, that Casemiro signing a 30-year-old midfielder on like 60 million pounds for 60 million pounds on 400k a week. I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
At the time, I could understand maybe like a short fix in that position, but in hindsight, it didn't really make much sense, especially with the wages,
Yeah,
transfer fee. I don't know. We've made that mistake countless times in the window. But the thing is that when we sign players that okay, these players are good. Di Maria, Sanchez, good deals. Pogba, Lukaku, Depay. I don't know countless names. When you sign these players and they still end up not maybe meeting the expectation, meeting the standards, you have to wonder if there's something going on in the background that is affecting all these world class players from really reaching their level. See Sancho now. He just left us now. He's led Dortmund to the Champions League final. So
Champions League final,
very
picking up a man of the match performance. Yeah,
going on in the background. But for the structure, I don't really know about the owners. I don't really know what they have in mind. I don't because I see the plans, the recruitment in the background, the signings they've made from here and there, from City, Newcastle. I see the work they're doing to like get to like open heart surgery of the club. But in terms of like the
hmm
transfer business and what they want to do with the manager, obviously Ten Hag stays. I don't know if we'll stay beyond this
Are you
season.
Ten Hag in on out or out?
Ten Hag out at this point. I've been backing that guy, but the football, bro. The football is killing me. It's
I,
terrible.
I think I think see my own issue with him is I think the football can improve over time. I mean, there's been a lot of injuries. The
Was
last game, Manu was being played out of position as a six, and I saw
mm,
how they were piercing through him. Defensively, I think is still not there yet. Defensively,
he's
you
an
don't want that kind of
really
player.
he can support you defensively, but he's not a defensive midfielder. It's more like
Exactly my point. You don't want to have him shielding your defense. Do you understand?
yeah, he wants to
And
play outside the DM.
but my problem with Tayag is this guy never takes responsibility, and that's a big red flag. He's always
Delusional.
having one person or the other to blame, which is a red flag for me. If you are a leader and you should be willing to take responsibility, not throw one player or the other under the bus every now and then. They won't
Yeah,
trust you. They won't go out there for you to die for you and play for you. And I think that's my own major problem with
yeah.
him.
The other issue, Ganacho now, Sancho, Ronaldo. Plus,
Ronaldo, I think there was a Varane issue at some point as well.
yeah, I think so. But one of the
Yeah, it
issues
was in the media, but they didn't allow it to, really get out like that.
because it's kind of delusional because I saw the other day say one of the most dynamic and offensive teams in the league, something like that. But at the end of the day,
This guy.
when it comes down to it, maybe he means like like entertaining games because when it comes to United games, I don't think you see any game with more goals because it's always 3-3, 4-3, 4-2, 2-2. Like
And
that's
it's not like you guys are only conceding goals, right? Sheffield United has conceded over 100 goals in the Premier League, the worst I've ever seen since
but
I
you can't
started
score.
watching this league. hmm And you guys have conceded more XG than Sheffield United. That's how bad it is.
Insane, bro.
Which
Insane.
means even Onana has been saving you guys a lot. I
Because
mean, that
I
guy.
saw that we don't have more Premier League goals than Luton. I don't know if we have more, maybe by a few. I don't know, but it's very close at this point.
Yeah. And Onana is like such a conflicting goalkeeper. One day you look at him like this guy is being exposed too much, and sometimes you think he should be doing better.
Mm.
What do you think about him? Do you think he's an upgrade on De Gea, or you guys have
Yeah,
downgraded from?
in terms of shot stopping, yeah, I don't think he's a better shot stopper than David De Gea. I can't even lie. I think that a lot of these goals I see that he lets in, I always think that if the year was in this position, he would probably do better here and there. I see it here and there sometimes. In terms of short stopping, he's not better than the year, but in terms of like where the game is going with like ball playing goalkeepers. That is where the game is headed. And the year has almost like
Mhm.
fallen behind. He's not really transitioning to fit into the modern day goalkeeper. So right now, any top club cannot really afford to have a player like the who just is a good shot stopper, but he can't play out. He just hoofs it forward. A lot of managers now want players that can pass around, pass the ball, ping it around, almost like an 11th playmaker in on the pitch. You don't really
Yeah,
want.
but I don't think Ten Hag is even utilizing this guy, to that
Yeah, he's
potential.
probably okay because these days I see clips. The center backs are just forward and he's just playing long balls. He's just playing long balls.
Exactly. It's not like you guys even try to play out from the back or
We just
anything.
play from the back. We just hoof it forward to Hoyland. And Hoyland now, Hoyland is more of a wrestler than a footballer. He just backs his man like this. I think about
And
Hoyland.
that's why this guy is so confusing. I mean, that's another red flag about him because you sign players that can do something and you're making them do something else. You've been signing players from Ajax where you were managing players you were coaching before, and they
Mm,
ask you why you're not playing the same way you were playing at Ajax, and your response was
no
you
fair.
need some certain players, to play the same way. Whereas you've been signing players from this club.
Exactly. He
It
signed
doesn't make sense. I mean, it's such an
like
interesting guy.
he signed Ericsson, he knows the guy well. He signed Anthony, he knows the guy well. He signed Malasha, he knows him well from when he was at I think Feyenoord or so. He
Fair enough,
signed
yeah.
he's what else this Martinez. I don't know, Onana.
Anthony,
Guy signed like 5, 6 players that he knows well. And still he's saying that
exactly,
he can't play the football he wants because he didn't get the young. So it's just excuses. That's probably
man.
he doesn't take accountability. It's more like either it's injuries, either it's he didn't get the signings he wanted, either it's a process, we have to be patient. He doesn't just say, okay, football is terrible. But he says we have to do better, but it's still the same every single week. Every single week.
Yeah, I know,
I
right?
think
But what do you think your lineup will be for the game?
it was the Liverpool game. That was the last time I enjoyed the United game.
What do you think your lineup will be for this game?
Lineup. Obviously, Onana, right back, Dalo, left back, Wamsaka. We don't have any other left back, so probably, or maybe Dalo off his left. I think Wamsaka left. Wamsaka is about to pocket Saka, so watch out.
Okay.
Then the center back is probably big. I don't know who's back from injuries. But if we go with Casemiro Evans again, I'm done. I'm definitely losing that game by at least
Finished.
5. Because those two, Casemiro will fight himself in midfield all the time. Evans, his legs are gone. So I don't know. Well, I think Casemiro. I think maybe Maguire and Casemiro. I'm thinking. I think that's probably. Then
Hmm.
maybe Mino, Bruno. I don't know.
Ericsson.
Ericsson, no, I don't want him more. No, no. Then I'm going through the team. I'm not confident anymore. I'm not confident anymore. I don't,
And up
maybe
front,
Domine, maybe Mino and Bruno. I don't know. Ah, God. Then the front three, Rashford, Hoyland, and Garnacho. I think Rashford should be back for this game. But that midfield
fair enough.
three and the centre back pairing is what I'm not sure of at all because I don't really know who's available. Plus, I don't think he starts Mount for this game. I don't really think he trusts Mount that much right now. I
Yeah.
would
Oh, you still have Mason Mount there,
I would
so
probably start Mount over Ericsson to be honest. Mount has a lot more legs. Ericsson, his legs are gone. But if you will start Mount over Ericsson, I'm not too sure. But I would go with maybe Mount, Mino, and Mount, Mino, and Bruno midfield doesn't sound good at all. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what
I
happens.
think on the other on the other hand, we on the other hand
It
have
was straightforward. You
every
shoot all the time.
every single player available. And I haven't really seen this in a long time at Arsenal, having every single player, fit and ready to play. And
Mm.
maybe there's an interesting coincidence there. You guys took our head of medical staffs, last summer, and you
That's
in particular was all over Twitter like, oh, we took their best this thing that. And it's interesting that you guys have had to deal with 65 injuries this season, and we on the other hand, I know we've had a couple of short-term injuries, but
yeah.
the
It
only
came to
significant the only significant injuries we've had was Timbers, ACL,
yeah.
Thomas Partey,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's literally it. The other ones are just 2 weeks injury, 3 weeks, which wasn't really that much. So
Yeah.
going into the game, I expect us to start our strongest 11 possible: Raya, Saliba,
Mm.
Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Partey, Rice, or the guard. I don't know how you guys are going to cope up
Ah,
with that midfield.
it's tough, man. I don't know. It's not looking good.
And
It's
up
not.
front, Trossard, Havertz, who has found life in North
Yeah,
London, and Saka on the right side. So
I don't. It's not looking good. It's not looking good
be
actually.
ready to hold smoke.
So when you compare those teams, I don't really know who is giving me hope that we're going to win that game. Or and when you think about the Arsenal team, to that Rice, that midfield especially Rice, Partey,
Nah,
Odegaard, bro.
midfield is crazy. If we had Partey available all season, trust me, the league will be wrapped by now.
When you compare that midfield with our midfield now, when we're having all these injuries, Casemiro is washed. The only midfielder, Minor and Bruno, they are good, but we need somebody else to be there. But I don't know who else are going to play in that midfield against Arsenal. If it's McTominay is a problem. If it's Casemiro looks dusted. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see on Sunday. Let me have your score prediction for the game.
I'm an optimistic man. I like to be positive all the time. Mm. With delusion, you have hope. That's my favorite saying.
Right,
Okay.
cool.
I'll go with 3-1. Like I said before, 3-1. Garnacho,
Oh, that's a bold one.
Minor, and Bruno on the score sheet. Then maybe Saka pen. Let me give him one.
So yeah, if you guys are watching this in the comment section,
Mm,
you get involved. Let's have your score predictions. Trey
yeah.
is going with 3-1 Man United win. You know what to do when you're staking your bet on this game. Flip it around and it's a 3-1 Arsenal win for the game. So yeah, for me, I don't think the scoreline will be, that big. But then I said the same thing ahead of the Chelsea game, and we ended up slapping them 5-0. We ended up slapping them 5-0. But for this game, I'll just go with I think it will be a smash and grab for Arsenal. It's a big
Mm,
game. United will find a way to turn up, no matter who they are fielding. I mean, a few years ago, we're going into a fixture like this. United were in terrible form, injury was everywhere, and
yeah.
were in a very good form. I think that was 2016. And Rashford came out of nowhere, had the exam the following day, dropped 2 goals on our heads, and
Yeah, I remember that game. We
ruined.
played with kids and we cooked you guys 3-2. Yeah.
Yeah, and he ruined our title chances that year actually. And
Mm.
I'm just
Do it again
skeptical
now.
about that going into the game on Sunday. And I think it will be a very close game, but I'm still going for an Arsenal win, a 2-1 or a 1-0 win. But if Trey says 3-1 Man United win, then I can really can't fight it. Will probably be a 3-1 Arsenal win. So yeah, uh, that's it from the video today. Kindly smash the like button, get involved in the comment. Let us know what you think ahead of the game on Sunday. And Trey is on YouTube now.
Yeah, follow
Kindly
me.
go to his channel, check the
I
description. The link to his channel will be in the description, and subscribe to his channel as well. And let's bring our cooking from football Twitter to YouTube. And
yeah, YouTube
thank
takeover
you
now.
so much for coming, bro.
Smash the subscribe
Thank you for coming, bro. I really, really appreciate it.
button.
And
No
this
worries.
will
I'm
this will
available.
bring us to the end of the video. I'll see you guys on the next